Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World. What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you had a superb day and that you're doing all that you can do to be the difference. I'm looking at my hair. How's everybody doing? Let me check to see if I'm buffering. You know, I need to do that first and foremost. How are you guys? Mm-hmm. 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 Here we go. Let's see. What does it look like? I'm over here drinking my alkaline water, which is basically lime with water. If you are here for the first time, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on your notification bells. Oh, yes, buffering a little bit. Hey, we have a member. We have a member, and it's Patty D. Hey, Patty D, how are you? How was your day? How are you feeling? I hope you're doing well. So, let me tell you what I did today. So, I woke up, I went to work. Work was good, and you're about to do a whole lot of damage. And what else did I do? Hey, Life with Nicole Marie. Hey, Jacob. How are you? Good to see you guys. So I went to work. Work was good. And I haven't really felt like the day, like what day it really is. I haven't felt that in a long time. So I guess that's a good thing, bad thing. I have no idea. I received your shirt days ago. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Cool, Patty D. The hoodie. I'm glad. I hope it fits and I hope you like it. I hope it keeps you warm. Hey, Rush Comedy. Rush Comedy. Did you see the challenge that I challenged you on? I challenged you. Hey, in Swanston, how are you? Hey, Edward, how are you? Hope you guys are well. 2 hours in line today. Enough vitamin D for days now. Good. I'm glad, Jacob. I'm glad. Um, it was probably two ago. Maybe it was the 7 layer, either the 7 layer or um it was either the 7 layer or the marshmallow fluffinator, or I don't know, but I tagged you in it. Hey, we have a member. We have a member, and it's Dr. Jess. How are you guys? I'm glad to see you. So yeah, Rush Comedy is probably one. I have a challenge for you also. Oh Lord. All right. Just I guess tag me, or if you have Instagram, DM me the challenge, because a lot of times I don't get YouTube doesn't send me notifications when I get tagged in things. So I never see them. I never see them. I'm good in Swanston. How about you? I hope you're well. So, guys, we all know today is the big Super Bowl. Yes, today's the Super Bowl. It is the political Super Bowl. Every single one is all chimed in, tagged in, and all that good stuff. What happens after the Super Bowl, guys? We go back to work. At what point are we going to stop playing Super Bowls and being in the Super Bowl and actually say, no, we don't want to be entertained anymore? We want real change. That's my little tidbit, because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I'm not for or against anybody. All I'm saying is that we've been doing the same historical thing year after year, year after year, day after day, and we haven't really progressed as much as we can possibly do. But here's the real clincher. If you really want to progress, we're going to have to jump off and do a new thing. And the new thing is going to be different. You may be by yourself. Like, sometimes when I talk about things, I feel like I'm very alone because it's sometimes to me, it's like real sensitive, touchy toppies. And I just don't want people to not like me or to think I'm a certain way or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, if there's no change, how can we get better? We got to stop playing in these Super Bowls. We already have enough. We have the Super Bowl of soccer. We have, or football. That's what they call it too. We have the football Super Bowl. We have the NBA Super Bowl. We have the baseball Super Bowl. We have the hockey Super Bowl. We have the Olympics Super Bowl. We have, we're constantly being entertained, guys. And what happens to the crowd? The crowd goes home either happy or sad. But at the end of the day, what does the crowd go home with? Do you go home with the trophy? Yes or no? Oh, what, bragging rights because your team won? But you still don't have a trophy. Remember that there's a lot of things that we keep on being distracted by. And it's sometimes going this fast, and we can't even see past the distractions. What can we do? You say, well, what can we do, Joy, if we jump off the bandwagon and do our own thing? There's too many forces. That's the number one thing you should stop doing, is to think about the opposition. How many people in playing sports think about their opposition beating them or the idea of never being able to beat their opposition? How many people? How many people who actually play in sports, if you've played in sports, whether you were in grade school, grammar school, or, high school, college, collegiate level, or even professional level, how much thought do you have to give to your defender or the opposition? Nothing but keeping your head forward. Like, this is my strategy that I'm going to use in order to beat my defender. Or we haven't been, because we've been like this. Entertain me. I don't want to be entertained anymore, guys. I guess that's probably why I don't watch TV anymore. And it's not that I don't want to be entertained like hee hee ha ha, but I want to be entertained by something wholesome, something that's going to enrich me and add to my value versus something temporal. Hey, Francis. Oh, snap. She jumped out the bush. She going to say something. There's a wise man I follow that says we have too much entertainment, not enough self-development. Yes, y'all, Francis is all in it when she jumped out the bushes. Hey, lady, how are you? I hope you're feeling well. Yes. Hey, Caffeine Queen. Caffeine Queen's another one. Caffeine Queen's another one. She got her head on real tight. Leaving you running while I go shower. Okay. I'm trying to cut back on entertainment, more inner work now. Yes. Hey, JW, John W. What's going on? So, yeah. And all the way up until the Super Bowl came, I happened to be in, I'm only going to name a few people because of the information that I, got. Is Information Man Show. He broke down a lot of things about both sides or both teams and things that I never even knew because I wouldn't have researched myself. But thankfully, there's somebody like Information Man, the Information Man Show, where he just brings straight facts. Okay? Facts, 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 not opinion. And some of those facts date back to beginning of one's career or others' careers, whatever. We know both sides have had long careers because they're in their 60s or their 70s. So they've had, history in business or political arena or whatever the case may be. So I definitely am thankful that I got to be able to be tuned in when he was doing all of that information. So just like Francesca said, guys, we need to not only just work on the inner parts, but be aware that we no longer need to be okay with just accepting anything from anybody, especially people who govern us. You see, when I say that, govern, we put people in position. Now, I've never understood that, how we feel like we can't handle things on our own. So we just put somebody else in that position to do it for us and then get mad when they don't do the things that we want. But you ask for somebody to rule over you. That's essentially what govern means, right? Or am I wrong? Let's look it up real quick. Let's look it up real quick because I want to make sure I'm using define govern. I want to make sure I'm using um my vocabulary properly. I didn't say government, I said govern. Oh, that's because spell check decided to finish my word when I asked. Okay. Okay. Govern means conduct the policy, actions, and affairs of state, organization, or people. What do you mean by govern? To rule over or by right of authority, to govern a nation, to exercise a direct or restraining influence over, guide the motives governing a decision, to hold in check, control, to govern one's temper. Those are all the things. So basically, now you guys understand. And this dates back all the way, way back. Before we even were in existence, before there was even telephones, before there was even cars or camels, people decided, I want someone to govern over me. Give me a video. Give this. Oh, hi, Michelle. How are you? Welcome. I'm trying my best to, like, look at the chat without throwing my own self out. That's why I want to move. But either way, life with Nicole, there's always somebody govern over us. And if we don't keep people, the word I'm looking for, because I don't want to say the word that's coming to mind because it's easier. If we don't hold people accountable for the governing that we gave them, then we cannot get upset. And I'm talking about as low as your high school or the grammar school, which would be like your local government. The local government is like grammar school, right? Then the state is like high school. Then the Senate is collegiate. Okay, let's just think of it that way. Because sometimes if we think of it very simple, then we'll be like, dang. We give so many people so much more governing that they really don't need. So, yes, we absolutely do have the power collectively to do something if the rules that we've been governed under seem not to oblige our lifestyles, then we can have that changed. Oh, but we have the distraction of financial dilemmas. But that goes back to, the entertainment part. The reason why we have so many financial dilemmas in our lives is because we've been too entertained, right? You want the latest car, you want to go on the latest trips, you want to have the latest outfits, you want to look like the magazine spread, you want to smell like what the magazine smells like. You want to have the finer shoes, you want to eat the finest food. Now look, all right, let me keep the foods out of it because we need to eat good, okay? We need to eat good so our systems are satisfied properly. Not with this garbage that's like 2 cents, but has nothing but tar and lead in it. All right. That's just the simple part. But imagine if we cut back on the vehicles expenditure, on the clothing expenditures, on the entertainment expenditures, instead of just going back to what's wrong with having the sticks and running with a stick down the street? What's wrong with that? I mean, like, I know it sounds primitive, but at the end of the day, it opened up the imagination. I mean, I guess that's probably why a lot of people can't be awake right now. Because our imaginations, we can't even tap into it because we're so tuned in into something else that isn't natural, synthetic things, right? Look, I'm not knocking those industries because people actually do work and that's their pride and joy, but I'm just saying let's try to cut back, let's scale back a little bit. So that, okay, bring it back, right? So that maybe those financial burdens wouldn't be so bad because then we'll have more money to do the necessary things that will help us survive, right? These are all just things to think about, guys. While we get upset with people who we place to govern over us when we're not doing what we're supposed to do. Pay your bills. How about that? Y'all know good well credit is fake. You can't tell me that I have $20,000 that I can put on one little tiny credit card and then give me 30 days to pay it off. When I know good well, I don't make $20,000. Spend that plastic like it's actual dollars. When you don't have the dollars, what you gonna do? Maybe we do need to go back to a little primitive thinking. Primitive thinking, right? So, okay, let's just say we have, you know, done all of the necessary things to scale back on things that we don't need. Now we can pay our bills on time. Now we don't have those extra bills that weren't necessary, like a car note. That's really not necessary unless you really need a vehicle. But there's a lot of used vehicles that you can outright buy, right? Okay, so we're no longer distracted by I gotta work 95 hours a week in order to pay my rent and the rest of my bills, or my mortgage and the rest of my bills. Maybe your salary might just be enough for your rent, your mortgage, or your rent, and maybe some groceries. But let's just say you don't have to make that extra income. Maybe we can sit back and say, hey, govern people, we placed you in position. I'm watching you. I'm holding you accountable. I'm holding you accountable. Where are those monies going? What account does that belong to? Who paying for that dinner that you going on? Oh, that's government money. That you mean that's my taxpayer dollar money that you going to dinner on? Maybe we'll have more time to really like, oh, well, let me see, like, well, why do you need X amount and you still got a job? But I thought this was supposed to be a position that you volunteer for. Why you need to have a Mercedes Benz as a government car? I'm just making stuff up as I go along, but I'm just saying maybe we can focus more. Oh, I bunk all that, right? We'll have more time for family. Sit down and have a good meal, talk about each other's days and work through whatever traumas that you had to go through during the day. Actually communicate with another human being. Hmm. Sounds like a perfect world for you? Why? We used to do it way back then. It wasn't that perfect back then either, but it was still communication. Hmm. Hey Zero, how are you? Yes, if we live on credit, then why get mad if the government does it? Oh, oh, snap, Francesca. That's so true. That's so true. Who taught us this? Who taught us that it's okay to be in debt and it's okay to be in debt? Oh, well, God forbid, y'all, if somebody owed you money, won't you be mad and you want to collect all your money? Think of it that way. Think of your creditors or your debitors or whatever as somebody owing you money. You want your money, or you don't want to have your money taken, extra money, right? Okay, so they make up you have $20,000. I don't know how they make that up in their head that you can have that much money when you probably only make $15,000 a year. That makes no sense. Oh, because it's a setup from the beginning, right? It's the same way they do to these college kids, giving them credit cards with $1,000 limit on it. Don't go up. They're still students. They don't even have a job. But yeah, they can have $1,000, and that $1,000 turns into $15,000 because they just paying the bare minimum allowance if their parents give it to them. But who taught them? If it wasn't taught in school and it wasn't taught at home, who's responsible for teaching them? Ultimately, we all are. Life skills. Maybe somebody should school us on political life skills, how it really works, the intricate details, the things that we don't get to see. But we would see. Hmm. Well, I'm so sick of people feeling entitled. How about you, Michelle? That's the main problem. It's true. It's true. I always tell my daughter what you need and what you want are two different things. Absolutely. What I need is heat, a bed to put my head, a bed and a pillow, or a couple of pillows to put my head on, and some safety. That's what I need. And some food. That's what I need. What I want, on the other hand, if I feel like I've done enough to earn something, then I'll get my wants. But don't necessarily mean I'm always going to get my wants. At the end of the day, 22 minutes. At the end of the day, it's all about us truly desiring to wake up. We can point fingers all day, every day, but what do they say? Them fingers always come right back here, here, and here. Who are you going to hold accountable for yourself? You. But how are you going to hold yourself accountable if you don't even know how to handle or manage things? Because you've or just been like this. But like, oh, I see. So after the Super Bowl tonight, guys, everything's going to go right back the way it was, regardless of who wins. We're going to stop focusing and things are going to start passing. And the only way we're going to realize something passes is if the media wants to bring to our attention something that they don't want us to know or don't like. And all of a sudden we jump on the bandwagon like, oh my God, yes. Well, the media told me. But if you're really interested in what goes on, even after the Super Bowl, you do your follow-ups. You start researching. Well, what does this mean? What does that mean? And it don't take that much time, guys. Cut out maybe an hour of your TV just to do a little bit of research with the things that currently affect you, that affect us. Every single last one is affected by anything that is done that we allowed people to govern over us. Now, I think we should have some type of order. We should, since we don't know how to do it for ourselves. We've allowed people to force feed us and baby us and coddle us for so long that we don't know how. But we're going to have to learn how to walk. We're going to have to learn how to understand. We have to do that instead of letting people do it for us. How about them apples? We make so much noise, but do nothing. But now I challenge all of us to stop making noise, move in silence, and find out what's really going on. Just for at least for your own awareness, just for your own knowledge, so that you're not duped by the hazards of whatever people want to advertise as truth to us. Feel me? Now, we may not be able to get all the way in the truth, but it's going to be enough for us to be like putting the pieces together, putting that puzzle, making it make sense. One thing you cannot refute is the truth. No matter how much you lie, guess what always comes out? The truth. No matter how much darkness there is, guess what comes out? The light. So those two things always happen. The truth always happens and is always light. We can't stop neither one of those things from happening. So it depends on how much truth you want to know. It depends on if you even want to know the truth. But at the end of the day, who's responsible for learning? We are. I don't know how things are going to end up after tonight's Super Bowl. But what I will do is my due diligence and understand what I'm now having to deal with for the next couple of years so that maybe I can stop whatever happens possibly in the future. Right? Because if we all become aware, we can also teach each other things that we were never told. And when we have the better knowledge, then we can say, oh, no, I will not allow that kind of governing over me anymore. And y'all already know how I feel. We've got a lot of people who have had positions in the political arena for over long, long periods of time. And some of those hearts are still the same hearts from when they started a long, long time ago with the same ideas and the same. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks, everyone, for the nice hellos. Thank you all. Gotta run. Bye, Francesca. Thank you for jumping down. I appreciate you. It all comes out in a wash up. Mm-hmm. It sure does. Hey, Edgar, how are you? Oh, I hope you feel better. Welcome to Hello World. We just talk about everything and anything. Nothing, but you know what? I can't say nothing, but at the end of the day, it's the idea of us really, really, really getting off. Just get off. What happened? What happened to the George Floyd stuff? It's like we put one issue down, pick up another one, put that back down, pick it back up, put it back down, pick it back up, put it back down, pick it back up, put it back down, pick it back up, hey, put it back down, hey, pick it back up, pick it back down, put it back up, put it back down. Predictable. I don't want people to make us predictable anymore, y'all. We have been blessed with too much talents and amazingness for us to be predictable. Stop letting people predict and make us make the next move. Start making your own moves. Knowledge is power. That's the one thing they say. Knowledge is power. How much you want to learn? Or even if you can't do or make big strides or do it, at least you know for yourself. And you're no longer in the crowd. You're standing outside the crowd. able to make your own decisions. We don't need to be the herd of sheep. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead, y'all. Let's just go ahead and understand. Understand things. Look to ourselves when there's something wrong. Look at ourselves. Figure out how that can change. So, not only for the better you, but for everyone else around you. That's what being a difference is all about, y'all. You are beautiful. You are amazing. Yes. There is no mistake about you. Hey, Wario, long time no see. How you doing? No one likes to be controlled. Remember that. They don't, but we often are always controlled. You know what I'm saying? Like our heart, a lot of people's heartstrings are being pulled left and right now. I want my team to win. I want my team to win. Well, if my team don't win, I'm gonna riot. Well, if my team don't win, I'm gonna riot. The heck? While y'all rioting, the team's still rejoicing and having a good old time. They gonna be like, all right, yo, I hate what happened, but let's have dinner. When we having dinner, when we gonna play golf, safe and protected. Okay. So before we start fighting somebody else's battle that we have no idea what that battle is truly about, what has nothing to do with us or even for our own good, we can be like, all right, well, this happened. So let me start my research so that it doesn't happen again. Let's stop jumping on a bandwagon of emotions. Be strong, y'all. Yes. It's hard, but we still can be strong. We can get there little by little. We the people, yes. We are supposed to unite one another. Thank you. And guess what? Maybe that's part of the predictability as well. Well, while they over there, while both sides over there fighting and looting and all that stuff, now we can say, well, since you guys don't know how to govern yourself, let me put a little bit more harsh penalties so that you're safe. Soon the box is going to be like this. And what happens? We already can't barely move. Eventually, we won't leave the house. Everything will be brought to us. I mean, that's in essence what's going on right now, right? We're lucky if we get to go to work. I'm going to stop right there. You guys are beautiful. You are amazing. There is no mistake about you. Every single thing about you, okay? Every single thing about you is precious, is amazing. And there's so many great gifts and talents that are still inside of you. Whether it's hidden or not, it's something inside of you that can make a big difference, a big stride, a big encouragement to someone that needs it inside. I just rhymed. And whatever happens after tonight, guys, do not be afraid. Do not be dismayed because we've been doing this for umpteen years. Okay? Y'all already know when you were kids and you didn't understand what was going on. Mom and dad may have been watching the television and they were saying, oh, this is going to end of the world. It's the end of the world. And 20, 40, 50 years later, now you're, oh, it's the end of the world. Oh, it's the end of the world. See how history repeats itself over and over again? We need to jump off. I don't want to be a part of that no more. Been there, done that. And just like Dr. Jazz said, who wants to be controlled when we've been born to be free? Thinking, living, acting. But one thing that's missing is the uniting. Let's stop being divided and really start implementing, things that we've requested for years and years and years. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for being here with me all the time. Or you're not Dr. Jazz, yeah. Hey, Ron, what's going on? Here, the bushes. Look at the mushroom with the eyeballs. Hey, Ron, what's going on? Good to see you. Yes. Michelle. Oh, she retracted a message. Thank you, Life with Nicole. Please, guys, if you don't know each other, please consider getting to know each other. Everybody is amazing, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason why we're all somehow crossing each other's paths. Let's make a difference together. And I appreciate you guys. Like I said, for giving me a little bit of your time each and every day. Um, I hope that you do come back another day. I need to settle down and find out what the count really is because we may be on almost the 600th episode. So if that happens, then I don't know. Maybe I'll do a panel and we'll just chitty chat and stuff. But thank you. I do appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do for Hello World. Thank you for all that you do for Be the Difference. Thank you for all that you do for me. If you ever want to, get to know me more or purchase some items of inspiration for you and your family, go to BeTheDifferenceLLC.com. There's something for everybody there. Even if you don't want to wear something, you can read something. Open your mind. Anyway, y'all, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I am signing out on another episode of Hello